Okay, so let's restart here from where we left off. Back in the Hamlet of Stormbreach. While escaping the air elemental earlier, we never got a real look at one of those faces over here that gives you a clue. So I think it's worth just going back and having a look at it. So here, yeah, the clue about the left eye, so it's worth marking on your map here that this is the left eye. Then we'll work our way out of here and then look at that clue to see what it actually means. There's one more secret in this place to get first in this corner. It's the silver mirror pendant. It just gives you a straight 25% experience boost. So I'll give that to Nico for now. And I believe that's Alpha in here, so we can head out now. See, all it does is give you 25% more of XP. I'll give it to Nico, as I think maybe you could do with maybe an extra point in crit compared to the other champions I have. So this is the House of Braids. It's kind of you can work it out with trial and error, it's not too difficult. The strategy I prefer to use, you have to kind of pull 2 switches on this wall and pull the 2 switches on this wall. So I tend to go straight in for the first switch, then also go straight to the second switch and straight to the key. You can usually pull the first 3 switches without really any difficulty. The trick is getting the 4th one and escaping at the same time. So once I've done the first 3, I then walk back to where the key is, then back to the centre. Then if you do a little loop here and go right, forward and left, that now puts the 4 holes here are now open, and this one's open as well. So that allows us to move in sequence from here. We can now go all the way around here, and each platform will close as we get to it. As whenever you step on a platform, all the ones around it alternate. Well, the 4 around it alternate to closed or to open, depending on what the state is when you step on this one. So now we have all of these open. It means that if we can go to here, this one will close. Once we step on here, this one closes, which will cause this to close, that to close, and that one to close. So what we can do here, and now you'll see as we step on these, the one in front will close each time, which makes it really simple to get to the chest, which happens to be a mimic. Ideally, we won't get injured here. Well, there we go, yeah. Just as I mention it, Nico gets injured. These faces, those mimics, really have a good chance of injuring you, but there's not a lot you can do. Yes, this is our first, I think the first sort of pretty good two-handed weapon we get. I suppose this two-handed sword kind of counts as a really good one. But the special attack on the maul is quite weird, it's like a knockback. So it's not sort of especially useful. It doesn't sort of do as much damage as a regular special attack, but it can help you escape, like corners and things when you're trapped. But for now, I don't think Oliver's got the strength to use the special attack. But Galden does, so we'll give it to him. We could give this to Oliver, but it means for now that he can't use the shield as well. So if we could try him with that, without the shield, see how he does. And then once you're here, it's not a big problem to fall down, because this key is actually to create a shortcut back from the sewers to up here. So we'll have a quick drop down. Then if we look here, it's a shortcut. So we can use this key. And it creates a teleport back up to the Hamlet here. Pretty handy. And then any injuries you get, you can just heal them at the crystal over here. So the mimic biting you isn't that much of a bad thing. Right, so what should we do next? I think from solving the puzzle over here, we got a map which we can use in the sewers. This thing here is a clue. It's a clue to like this area, the upper area of the sewers. So I guess we can do that now. As part of our attempt to get the sewers over and done with. Now there are more of those fire elemental guys over here. Oh yeah, and when the fire elementals appear earlier, the alcoves they appear from do have items in them. I think I actually forgot to collect the one over here as well. Oh, I might have picked it up, I can't remember. Yeah, I must have got that one. So yeah, over here, it's when you come out of the water on this ladder here, or one of the ladders over here, it's going to be quite difficult to actually avoid getting hit by the fire elemental. So it might just be best to give us the fire shield and just like take the hit. We'll see how that goes. If the going gets too tough, we can always dive back in the water. So I can't see the fire elemental yet. Oh, there he is. Actually, let's take the hit now. No, he's still just running away with it. There we go. It's kind of hard to kill them here. There's no long corridors to kind of kite them in. So yeah, and you saw there with the fire shield on, the damage was pretty minimal. I think there's one more fire elemental around here. But let's just rebuff. I thought there could have been a second one, but maybe I just imagined that. Oh, there it is. Ah, there you go. Got the shield on just in time. But Jasmin still got injured. Oh, there he is, didn't see him there. So what's wrong with Jasmin? No health regen. Well, that's not too bad. So before we solve the puzzle, let's just see what we can pick up on the outside here. We don't need the ammo. That's just a way back to the way we came, but the grate never opens. Okay, so what we're doing here is there's a room in here with a treasure chest. But we can't get to it yet. Now it's possible to create a teleporter from out here, which leads inside. And it kind of helps if you scout around this area a little bit. That's what happens is the let's access my inventory. The shapes on this map are actually the shapes of these islands that are in front of us. So you'll see here I'm on this shape island. So it kind of makes it a bit easier if you have a run around these places just to reveal what each of these islands looks like. just jump on this one. And that should give us pretty much vision of all these things. There's some arrows here that we don't need. So yeah, we can see the 5 shapes now. So if you start up here on kind of neutral ground, we can then plot our way to the end. So you read this out of left to right, top to bottom, so we need to find the shape in the top left first, which I believe is this island here. It looks like it's that one. So we can make our way to the ladder on that island. Then you just have to step on it really, that's all you need to do. The next one is kind of the upside down L shape symbol, which is the one over here. Then it's the symbol in the top right, which equates to this island here. That's this one. Next is the plus shape island, which is the one all the way in the far corner. Oops, this one. And finally it's like the upside down T looking island, which is the one in the middle. That's this one. Then when you step on it, the teleporter activates. We've now done all 5 in the correct sequence. Then we end up in the chest room. Oops, it wasn't locked anyway, never mind. So we get crystal gauntlets. This is part of the crystal set. We've already got the shield from earlier. I believe it's this one, crystal shield. So it's protection and health. So who should have these for now? Yeah, I think they're a bit better than the rogue gauntlets, as these bear claw ones give +4 strength, which is quite useful. So we'll give those to Nico. Then technically the rogue gloves are better than the leather gloves. Galden might gain a slight benefit from the dex, but it's mainly the protection that we need. Then we get some more throwing axes, but again we don't need those. So we can get out of here now. Then I guess this clue is useless now. So I think early in the archives we picked up this solution to the graveyard puzzle. At least when I get a bit closer to the graveyard now, there's a couple of clues inside there which allow us to access the area in the middle of Sleet Island, and there's some more items around here. So now we have access to the graveyard. It kind of makes a bit of sense to do that, so we need to get back to the hub. Oops, wrong way. There might have been a slightly shorter way to get there, but we've got the hub over here now. So I think our inventories are looking pretty good, we're not too bloated. So we can head straight out, I think. Now some new guys might have spawned over here in the meantime. Yeah, I can just see something in the distance there. Yeah, another one here. Now I think since we met these at the start, they're a little bit stronger now. They can shoot lightning. Whereas the ones we met earlier were a little bit weaker. Oh, we've got him on the run. And there could also be another air elemental that spawned in here now as well. Jasmin's got a hand injury, that's a bit annoying. But as long as we cast with the other one, it shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, we've got another elemental over there. As long as we kite him backwards here, we should be okay. Just hope I've got enough mana. Yeah, looks like we have. Should be good. In the graveyard we can also pick up a dagger, which allows us to damage these guys as well. Although that does involve getting close to them. Okay, I think we got them now. And there is a healing crystal in the next area to get Jasmin back up to scratch again. Yep, we're good to go. You can hear another elemental there flying around, but as I'm short of mana, I won't bother engaging just yet. So we'll head into the cemetery here, but just nip into the healing crystal beforehand. Yeah, so where I want to go is over here on this island, and the clue to getting over there is pretty near the start of the cemetery once you've solved the puzzle to get in. Right, so you might recall this puzzle from earlier. It's like one of those pushing puzzles. And as it happens, these clues from the archives. So we've got 3 clues here. Finally, the start of the north came to lead the way, and he continued walking along the path. Well, as that one starts with the word finally, that is actually the final clue of the 3, so we'll put that one at the back. Yeah, this clue starts with he began. So that's the first clue, and this one's the middle clue. So if you read these now, it says, he began travelling towards the frozen tundras. So you need to push this cube in the direction of the frozen tundras. The next clue is the sun was setting, so then you push the cube back to the middle, then in the direction the sun sets. Now I believe around here somewhere, on one of these graves, it tells us which direction the frozen tundras are actually in. Yeah, this one, yeah. Born in the frozen tundras of the north. So what this clue means is, we push it north, then we reset back to the centre, then we push it in the direction the sun's setting, and the sun sets in the west. So it's good to orient yourself with the map here, so north is that way. Then back to the centre. Then the sun was setting, which is the west, which is this way. So we push it in this direction. Then reset. Then go on to the next clue. Then he looked at the path leading to the burning hot desert he called home. Now I'm not sure if there's actually a clue anywhere around which tells us where the hot desert is, but given we know the frozen tundras are to the north, it's a decent guess to say that the hot area is there far to the south. So we push this to the south. Then we reset. Then that's the middle clue done with. Then it said finally the start of the north came to lead the way, so that means go north. Then it says and he continued walking along the path, which is a bit ambiguous, but it means that he just carries on doing what the previous bit did. So this puzzle means north twice. So it's this way twice now. So north, reset, north. And the door opens. So we're now into the harder bit of the cemetery. Here's the hub, but we don't have the key yet. So we have an initial exploration here. So another grave to dig. There's a little bit of room here to kite around. And that's all we got, a zombie out of that one. Another one here. So these eventually kind of form a clue if you read all these gravestones. But until we have access to all of them, I won't bother going into the details yet. Aha. We found some anti-venom. So we'll keep hold of that. So let's have a look around here. So another grave. Healing potion, that's not bad. I believe we've got someone getting hungry here. Yeah, a few of the guys need a bit of food. So we can get rid of all these clues now. Yeah, let's shove them here. Let's just eat up. We'll give the egg to Nico. Might get another stat boost before the game's done. We've got some herbs that have multiplied here. We may as well use some of these crystal flowers now. We've got 4 of them. You want to keep like 1 in your inventory so that it always multiplies because of the Alchemist traits. Because herbs in your inventory multiply, so always keep 1. Alright, that's it for in here. Another herb. So we've got one little tree dude here. Shouldn't pose too much trouble. Okay, so we've got a few more areas to explore here, and it's one of these stone philosopher's faces that I believe we need to see, and it'll give us the clue to how to cross. So in the next episode we'll just clear out these areas. I don't think we'll actually proceed into the lower areas of the cemetery. We'll just clear out this full area, then head back to the middle of Sleet Island. But yeah, that's in the next episode. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you next time.